With patch 12.11 in Escape from Tarkov, Battlestate Games raised the level requirement to get to the flea market from level 10 to level 20, which is considerably harder to attain. And whether you love or you hate the change, it's here and we got to figure out how to get there fast. So I figured I would make this video with some of my tips on how to get to level 20 as fast as possible. I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I would love to have you stop by and say hey. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we get too far into the video, I want to mention that a lot of people really benefit playing Escape from Tarkov with other people. It helps them be more confident, it can help them survive more raids, and even get more insurance back. If you don't have anybody to play Tarkov with, our Discord server is an awesome place to be. We've got around 7,000 members. We've got a Sherpa system in there, so there's people you can trust, really active looking for group channels. So if you're looking for something like that, check out the Discord server. But diving back into how to get to level 20 as fast as possible. Like we said, this change from level 10 to level 20 really pushes this, access to the flea market back really far. Not only did they increase the experience needed for each individual level, so even just getting to level 10 is harder, getting to level 20 is extremely difficult because each level requires more XP. So it's like something like 3 or 4 times as long to get to level 20 as it is to level 10. And this definitely changes how the early game flows, because a lot of times you could just get to level 10 relatively quickly and then just basically buy a lot of things you need for more quests and even double up and grind a bunch of XP that way. So without the ability to buy keys or quest items, sometimes you can get really stuck on an item you need or stuck on a key, so you can't progress and you can't do that quest. So now it's even harder. I think the old method was basically always just quest. Just quest, do your quest as fast as possible. You get a lot of XP that way. And that's still definitely the case. You need to quest as often as you can. But in my opinion, in my experience so far with the wipe, the best way is to play raids longer, kill as many things, and survive. So it's really just the name of the game is XP. We always said quest as the best way to get to level 10 because level 10 is not too hard to attain, and those first few levels don't require a lot of XP to level up, and quests can give like 6, 7, 8,000, 10,000 XP and even way higher later on. So completing a few quests, surviving a few raids, and you're basically already there. Well, now with questing being harder to do and with much more XP needed, it's definitely pushing the game more towards gameplay focus, not just quick in and out raids. The longer you can be in a raid and the more experience you can get from that is huge. And we'll kind of break that down. So surviving is always the most important thing in Escape from Tarkov, and even more so now. Surviving gives a huge XP bonus. It's 50% more, 1.5 times your XP at the end of the raid. That over the course of 5 or 6 or 7 raids is a massive amount of additional XP that's definitely going to help you grind up those levels. Additionally, when you're killing something in raid, headshots give bonus XP as well, and that is actually pretty significant as well. Looting does give you XP, exploring gives you XP. Those aren't quite as much. And as kind of a side note, when we're talking about, killing stuff, raiders, bosses, and boss guards also give you more XP. Now, that is kind of like a delicate balance. If you're newer to Escape from Tarkov, recommending you farming raiders or bosses, raiders on reserve or bosses on any of the maps might not be the best idea because they can be tricky, they can be tough for newer players, and it can be hard. If you've been playing Tarkov for a while and you just don't have a lot of time to play, you're more experienced, but you don't have a lot of time, you're just trying to do it as quick as possible, well, then going reserve or going to a map that you're comfortable with and you feel like you can farm a boss and his raiders, a bigger boss like Gluhar and all of his guys, as opposed to just one guy like Killa or Tagilla, you're going to get more XP by killing all the guards, killing all of the raiders on reserve, killing the boss, then looting, all that stuff. You can definitely farm some XP that way. But for people who are less comfortable doing that, surviving your raid is huge. And so at the end of the day, I think it's really about slowing down your raids, playing slow, staying in long enough to kill as many things as you can, and making sure you're surviving the raid. I know for me that I slowed down. Of course, we always play slower during the early wipe, but these first few days, I really slowed down my raids, trying to kill as many scavs as possible with headshots. If you can get yourself an optic, like a 4X or something, keep your distance from scavs, kill as many of them as you can, headshot as many of them as you can, move slowly through the map, loot what you can, and survive your raid. That is going to compound how much XP you get out of your raid And especially early wipe, we've got a lot of longer queue times and longer matching times. That's something that's plaguing a lot of people. There's a lot of people playing the game. The servers are pretty stressed. And so staying in your raid as long as you can and maximizing what you can get out of that raid not only allows you to avoid those queue times, but you're maximizing what you're getting for your time. You're spending more time playing the game as opposed to in your stash or in a queue. And every time you get out of a raid, it can be pretty significant. I mean, the raid that you're watching right now, I ended up pulling about 12,000 XP out of this raid just by moving really, really slowly through the raid. And early game, 12,000 XP is a ton. And we ended up finding a bunch of dead bodies and getting a bunch of loot as well. So I know that a lot of times the vibe of Tarkov is quick, run in, run out, get to your quest, get right to the extract, go get the kill, go right out. I killed a PMC. I'm just going to take his stuff and get right out of the raid. But you end up stuck in a loop here where you're going to be in queue times for a really long time. You're going to be loading for a really long time. You're in your stash trying to manage your stash and, fit all your stuff. And all of that time is spent not in a raid, getting kills, searching things, surviving and getting a bunch of XP. Additionally, as a side note, if you are struggling with those really long matching times, go to your launcher and set your server selection from auto, uncheck auto, sort by ping low to high, and pick the servers that have under 100 ping. If it's only a few, pick those. If it's 5 or 10, pick those. This can help with matching times because you're just, narrowing your selection to the lower ping servers. And if you're already doing that and you're still having time to maybe switch back to auto, there's no really one size fits all answer here, but messing around with that, choosing your lower ping servers can definitely help. This is definitely, like we said, a both and. Quest as much as you can, If you have a quest that you're not stuck on a key or stuck on an item like flash drives or gas analyzers, I know there's a lot of things that can really trip you up early on. If you're not stuck on one of those things, be questing because you can kind of double this up. And if you can stay in a raid for a while, get 10,000 XP out of the raid, come out, turn in a quest and get an additional 6,000 XP, you really are going to start moving a lot quicker that way. So that really is my kind of opinion of my 40 or 50 hours so far into the wipe, that it's much more about playing your raids as long as you can, being in the game, getting kills, and that's going to boost you up pretty quickly. Now, a few final tips. If you want to farm it, you definitely can. Play a comfortable map, a map that you either know how to kill the scav boss or you know where the scavs spawn, you know where PMCs spawn. If you want to really grind it, Factory is a good place to go because you can go in, clean up the PMCs or, fight one or two, the other ones extract, and then you can basically kind of just chill there. If you're competent against player scavs, because they're going to start spawning in droves, but Factory is a great place to get in and just kill a lot of things. If you've got good armor and you feel competent, you could get in there, stay in that raid for the whole 20 minutes and probably kill 30 scavs, get as many headshots as you can, extract from that raid. That's going to be a ton of XP. That's like the poor man's labs. Raiders give a lot of XP, but lab cards are hard to come by. It's a really hard map. You can kind of get in and do a similar thing on Factory by getting in, killing as many scavs as you can, staying there. You're going to find a lot of cool stuff on the scavs too, because scavs can spawn with, key cards and keys and all sorts of quest items, but that's one way you can do it. But at the end of the day, play something you're comfortable with and survive. That's going to push you up. And then once you get to level 20, you can start branching out and doing your thing. So I hope that this helped. I really think that it's changed the game, pushing this up to level 20. In my opinion, the jury's still out on if it's a good change or not, but it definitely changed the early game. And it definitely, at least in my opinion, changed some of the recommendations that I had for how to level up. It used to just be get in, get out, quest. But I really think that staying in your raids longer and getting as much XP is the play there. So I hope that this helped. I hope that this gave you some new insight on how to get in there, get the most out of your raids, and get to level 20 fast. And I hope that you are enjoying the patch 12.11 wipe in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you like this video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Like I said, I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. And if you're looking for people to play Tarkov with, our Discord server is an awesome place to be. I'll link that down below as well. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.